It's Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time to it's time for the All Effing Wrestling Show. What do we got on the show today, JFB?
We got news, and then we have a Q&A, but it's not from our friends or fans. It's a little different, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
All this and more on the All Effing Wrestling Show. I'm so stoked.
Coming to you live from the FN Worldwide Media Studios, located in parts unknown.
It's the All Effing Wrestling Show.
With your hosts, Canada Dry, and the JFB.
Tell me how it's priced. Tell me if the item is for sale. And tell me.
Good morning, afternoon. If I don't see you until later, it's probably because you're a celebrity and you might be dead. I am, of course, the JFB, James from Boston.
And I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. And if you're a celebrity, I'm giving you your last rites because I'm that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada effing Dry, baby. Pop, pop.
Yeah. Oh, y'all can suck it.
You know why I say pop, pop? Because it's
I
so
do.
it's pop.
Pop, pop. We are joined this afternoon by the craziest two people in the entire world. The first one, he is the closer. The man that comes in the ninth inning when you're one run up. He's the Mariano Rivera. Oh, I can't believe I even said that.
It's showtime, baby.
Showtime. Showtime. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. Saw a comedy show last night and ready to kick it with you guys this morning. After this wild 48 hours appears all over the world.
Yeah, it's gone to hell in a handbasket. If you are famous, there's a good chance the rule of three has been thrown out the window.
Yeah, we got last week we had like 5.
Yeah. Dr. Ruth, Jacoby Myers,
Jacoby Jones,
Shannon Doherty, Richard Simmons. Like, it's just madness, just absolute madness. Yeah. But I'll tell you who's still alive. He's famous for being the evil of the EVPs of All Effing Wrestling. And that's this man down here, EVP Joe. How you doing, brother? What's going on?
I'm doing better than the celebrities, I'll tell you that. Yeah,
you know, that just goes to show it doesn't matter if you're famous or you're just a regular schmo like us.
Yep.
When it's your time to go, it's your time to go.
You're gone.
Just a lot of them are just way too young to be going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what was the kid's name that was on Elf?
Oh, Benji.
Yeah, it was 46, but I'm hearing mixed reports. Like, it was actually happened a month ago. It just got reported now, but I don't know.
He died in
his car.
His car with his dog.
Yeah.
Heat stroke.
Yeah, heat stroke. He had a heat, like they're thinking heat stroke.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's lift up our spirits a little bit. We got many things to talk about today, but in order to get started to the main event, you have to have a couple of dark matches. And one of our dark matches just happens to be old news. From the four corners of the globe, from our studios to your home, This is FNN, the FN News Network, starring Canada Dry and the JFB.
I want to start out the news with getting an update from Caleb on his quest to ask out that girl Jill.
He's on? He's going to be live?
He's backstage. Let's bring him in.
Let's do it.
Hey!
Woo!
So, like, we had you on a couple weeks ago, and Kush and Dollywood, they gave you some great advice.
Yeah.
Did you ask out this girl Jill?
I am on the way to ask her.
Oh,
You're afraid.
Don't be afraid.
That's a
Joel.
tough one.
Don't be
hey,
afraid.
Caleb, just remember, like Wayne Gretzky always said, if you miss 100% of your shots if you don't take them.
There you go.
They do.
What about this, Caleb? What if you just started dropping hints like you bought her a gift? Just randomly, just give her a gift. You don't have to ask her out, but you just do little things
Yeah.
that let her know you're interested. And now if she like throws this gift in the garbage, it's probably not good for you. You don't have to get hurt.
I will give her something.
Does
Yeah.
anyone else have any ideas for Caleb?
I mean, take a shot, bro.
I was like,
I took my shot with my girl and
just man up and do it, Caleb.
do it.
Yeah.
Tell her she's got a slamming booty and just
But like
leave it
that.
at
Like,
I
Caleb,
don't know if that's the best advice.
Just
Caleb,
don't forget to push
Yes.
your stool in every time you get a chance.
the answer,
Showtime is obsessed with these stools.
Yeah.
the
You
answer
gotta
is
be a
always
gentleman and push
no
it in.
if you don't ask. It's plain
Yep.
and simple.
Gotta ask.
Okay,
I
so
will.
Caleb, where would you take her? What
Something-
restaurant would you take her to?
Something more magic, like Mexican food.
Oh, Mexican.
Get her a
That's good.
margarita.
I like Mexican.
Yeah, just don't do the spicy food because you guys would both be rushing to the bathroom. You're like, oh.
Yeah, don't take her to Taco Bell. Taco Bell will actually destroy you both and ruin your date night.
I mean, let's be
Take her
honest
for
here.
real Mexican.
As much as I love Taco Bell, it's not Mexican. That's Americanized Mexican.
Oh,
You
it's,
remember along came Polly? He went to the and he was just like, the whole time in her bathroom.
What was that? The Indian place or something? Like they went to
Yeah.
Indian food or something like that. No, nothing that would disagree with your palate. No Indian, no Thai, nothing. Keep
Nope.
it simple.
keep it
Yeah,
simple.
maybe just American food,
Yeah.
Western food.
Okay,
like-
that works.
Or like a nice Italian restaurant, you know.
Ooh.
Girls love
Oh,
pizza.
you could do the spaghetti thing with like Lady and the Tramp, where you're like
Yeah.
on the same side, and all of a sudden you're kissing. Whoa!
Hey, I love that. I love that idea.
That's a good idea. Canada Dry for the win.
You got to react to Tramp and like just push over with your nose the last meatball for it.
It's got like stuff all over his nose.
Let's get to the news, ladies and gentlemen.
Caleb, well, let's say goodbye to Caleb first.
Yeah, fuck it.
See you later.
Caleb,
Bye.
next
Have a
week,
great day.
Yeah, brother.
better update next week, Caleb.
Yeah, we want a better update.
Yep. All right, let's get to the news. Rebecca Quinn, a.k.a. Becky Lynch, has trademarked her real name. The amount of speculation that she is going somewhere else other than WWE. Canada Dry, your thoughts, my friend?
I don't think she's going anywhere. I think this is just being smart.
Yeah.
Unlike somebody we know in the WWE right now.
I agree. Showtime?
Yeah, I think this is just a ploy and also just to protect her name in other marketing ventures and stuff like that, entertainment ventures, especially if she's going to keep doing book tours and movies or whatever.
Yep.
Can
Absolutely.
we move on to the other guy that gave away his name? Can we talk about him quickly?
Do it. Bring it up.
Yeah.
That
Because
would
I
be-
think this
I don't
is moronic.
like. I don't understand what Ethan Page is doing here.
Ethan Page gives the WWE the rights to his name and they trademark it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
So he got paid for it.
So not only does he burn a bridge with AEW saying it's all chaotic and shit,
Yeah.
But then he gives away, like, if things don't work out with WWE, you're going to TNA with a brand new name.
Yeah.
Unless that's his plan. Unless he figures that, hey, if I've now officially turned the WWE bridge, that I got to come up with something completely new, or just retire maybe at that point too. You never
He's
know.
a young guy still, isn't he?
What was his old gimmick in TNA? Like, what was he, like, Karate Man or something like that? Do something.
Oh,
Oh,
stupid.
before Ollie Go?
Yeah, it was years ago.
I'm gonna look it up.
I can't even remember. I just remember it was all ego for the longest time.
He has gone as Ernie Moore. Oh no, I'm sorry, wrong one. He's always gone as Ethan Page.
Really? I could have swore he had some kind of like alter ego in TNA.
Curry Man?
Maybe-
Okay.
maybe it's someone else.
Who
Yeah, I
wasn't
don't
Curry Man in TNA?
Who wasn't? Yeah, who wasn't Curry Man in TNA? Okay.
Everybody was. So Stephanie McCord.
Oh, there it is. Tornado Paris. He said it was Karate Man.
Oh, okay. There you go. Wikipedia.
Tornado
for
Paris. This is a new person watching our show. Thank you, sir,
Yeah.
so much
Welcome
for
to the
watching.
show.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. All right. Let's go to Stephanie McCord. At a WWE live event, Stephanie McCord, of course, showed up, wrestled a match, and for some reason, Tiffany Stratton almost cashed in her Money in the Bank at a live show, which begs you have to go to live shows. You don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. AJ Styles and Io Sky were in Japan. Io Sky wrestled for Marigold, which is what's his face's new promotion.
Rossagawas.
And AJ Styles wrestled in Pro Wrestling Noah, where he took on Naomichi Marufuji, who is a huge name in Pro Wrestling Noah. Both were victorious. Congratulations. Just goes to show you, under the new regime with Triple H, we're going to start seeing guys popping up in different locations. TNA, New Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah, you name it. So congratulations.
AEW. Yeah, right.
So for those wondering if Natalya is ever going to appear in AEW, the answer to that is no, because she has signed her contract with WWE. It's a long-term contract. Terms are unknown, but she is going to be in WWE for at least a foreseeable future. All right. Good for you, Natalya.
Which can we just be honest with, like, this is a good reason why AEW is around. Like, all reports are WWE like paid a lot more to not have her go to AEW.
It's always good to have a bargaining chip.
Good for Natty.
Yeah, good for her.
Absolutely.
Roman Reigns is coming back. That's the word on the street. I know because I was on the street yesterday, and the word on the street was Roman Reigns is coming back to television sooner than later. I predict, in all honesty, since we didn't see him at Money in the Bank, and that was the expectation, that we'll see him either the week before SummerSlam or we'll see him at SummerSlam. Whether or not he plays a heel or face is unknown, but I think that's when we're going to finally see him at least interfere in a match or whatever. So,
you got the new bloodline.
Yeah.
So, do you have the old bloodline reform with an extra person?
Sure.
And who's that extra person?
Hikuleo.
Sammy.
No, Sammy.
Oh, yes. That is,
Sammy, yeah, but here's the thing: Sammy's the IC champion, unless he's planning on dropping it.
that's all right. He can still be the IC champion, be part of the original bloodline.
I mean, they have a lot of work to do to reform the original bloodline before Sammy even attempts to join anyway. So, like, you got to repair the relationship between Jimmy and Jay.
Yeah. There's a lot
Jay
of
and Roman. Like, there's just a lot of legwork.
Well, what you do is you have the original bloodline decimate everyone all the time, and you're like, we need to get this going here.
Well, Tornado Paris says The Rock.
That's true.
That's a good pull, because the expectation is WrestleMania 41 is going to be Rock versus Cody. That's the expectation. That's seemingly where the storyline.
Yeah, it's either going to be Rock and Cody or Rock and Roman.
Yeah.
They may have
I mean,
Roman
to be
be
honest
the
with
guy
you-
behind. They could have The Rock be the legit final boss and everyone behind the new bloodline as well. They could always go that way.
I mean, who's to say it's not Randy Orton? Because legitimately, the minute Randy Orton says, I have your back, there's a good chance that Randy Orton is going to turn on you.
And
Yeah,
or
this
KO.
Randy Orton,
Let's just be happy that Cody doesn't have a cottage in the backwoods, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
this Randy Orton is a lot tamer than any Randy Orton done in the past.
I think he's ready to spring. I think this is all calculated.
Yeah.
So guess who left AEW? CJ Perry, otherwise known as Lana. That's right. She is no longer part of AEW, which begs the question, where the hell's Miro? What are they going to do with him?
Well, they're divorced now anyway, so
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
question
maybe.
is like, do we even care that CJ Perry's not in AEW? Do we even care if Miro never comes back?
No.
No, he's not needed.
CJ, no, not gonna be really missed, not an impact, but Miro, I mean, I did like watching him in AEW matches better than WWE.
Yeah.
Especially his TNT run.
Here's another name, Zilla Fatu, brother of Jacob Fatu. Oh, I mean, he's coming up in the Indies, and he's posted he wants to go.
And then we also got Tonga, or whatchamacallit, the Honga Loa's technically or apparently signed now too to the WWE, so he's gonna be appearing any minute now for the Bloodline feud.
So WWE is turning into everyone's part of the bloodline.
WWE is slowly morphing into just like the bloodline plus others.
It's
Yes.
turning into
the bloodline and
Bullet
friends show.
I mean, as a person who's 164th Samoan, I think I have a good shot at joining the bloodline.
Yeah.
You do.
It's literally become like the Bullet Club now.
Let's go
With a
to
lot of Bullet Club members.
let's go to Damon Kemp. He was recently let go. He was not part of a cut. I want to reiterate that he was not cut from WWE, but they did not re-sign him. Because of this, a lot of people in the back whose contracts are up relatively soon in NXT are actually quite nervous. I don't think we're going to see a massive layoff, but there are definitely people that are not being utilized that are probably going to be let go in NXT. So that's going to be interesting.
If I'm any of the female contracts that are coming soon, I'd be a lot worried with the 3 female names they just signed, WWE, NXT, like that. That could be the end of your contract right there once it starts running up. So
yeah, because you got Julia, you got Stephanie Vercor, and then you got the what's her face
from Australia.
Yeah, from Australia.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are 3 huge names to get.
Here's a hot take. That is the summary of WWE's women's division. What's her face?
Yeah.
Like that's the summary. What's her face? Like they're so underwhelming. I don't know who the hell any of these women are.
Yeah. Well, here's a name you might know: Alexa Bliss. Caught training in a ring, getting ready for her appearance. Here's the thing: everybody's expecting she's going to be the 6th member of the White 6. I personally don't think so. I think, in all honesty, the smart move to do was to keep the 6th member vacant for Bray Wyatt. I think that makes more sense than just tacking on Alexa Bliss and
the unofficial 6th man.
Yeah.
As you'd say. Yeah.
He's the official 6th man. He always is with us. So
yeah.
But Alexa Bliss looks like she might be coming back. You know, she had a baby. Gotta get back in that. Gotta get your win back. You know. So Booker T was recently on a on a podcast and was asked about his Mount Rushmore of WCW.
No,
This is what Booker T said was his Mount Rushmore of WCW. Goldberg, Sting, DDP, and Booker T. You
Puts himself on there
as a part of the Mount Rushmore. Oh, Booker T, you're an idiot.
Two of those are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's so hard to make a Mount Rushmore for WCW, especially like
What era are you talking and stuff? I
Yeah.
don't.
mean-
Flair and Sting have to be on there.
I mean, clearly DDP is doing the latter years if he's putting himself in DDP on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither one of them are around for the beginning of WCW.
No.
So let's go to Tony Khan. We got two things on Tony Khan really quick. Tony Khan was actually on a podcast and was recently asked about a women's blood and guts. He says, I'm open to the idea. I think the fans really would react very well to a women's blood and guts. My question is, women's division is really barren right now. Like old Mother Hubbard with jack shit in the cupboard.
I have a solution to this.
Name it.
You do an invasion style angle of the ROH women against the main roster AEW women. There's been a lot of women who have been posting, retweeting Tony Khan saying, I want this. And like 5 or 6 of them are mainstay ROH people. Athena, Billy Starks, Diamante, Nyla. A lot of them have tweeted. Like, that's almost a whole team right there. And you could, it shouldn't be done this year. Build up to it. And another thing, I wish both WWE and AEW would stop doing this. Quit doing stipulations just because it's that time of year. Just do the stipulation when it fits the story.
Oh, I know. I'm getting tired of all that crap.
Yeah.
Like, do a 6-7 months. Do a women's blood and guts because you started the invasion angle, or a we deserve as much respect as you angle, something like that. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, we don't need a woman's blood and guts because there's a man blood and guts that night.
Yeah, no, I
we have them at different times.
So Tony Khan, everybody who follows wrestling knows Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan's had a lot of medical issues over the last couple months. And Tony Khan donated $10,000 to Kevin Sullivan's medical to pay for his medical costs, which, congratulations, Tony Khan. I mean, I've said for a lot of years, Kevin Sullivan is a prick in reality. He's a prick as a human being. But that man knew wrestling like nobody else. That man was probably one of the great psychological wrestlers in wrestling. That guy knew the business well, knew how to book. Didn't always work out. I mean, he lost his wife to Chris Benoit. So, I
made an angle of that.
Yeah. And they made an angle.
Speaking of Kevin Sullivan and Chris Benoit, he has come out and allegedly said he's going to have a big revelation about this whole Benoit story.
Oh, man.
I don't know for sure if he said it or if it could be internet bullshit too.
Allegedly. That's why
I know.
Quotations.
Yeah.
So last bit of news, and it's about the newest signee for WWE. He's been the voice of UFC for many years. Joe Tessitore is officially going to be commentating on WWE. Now, where he goes, I have no idea. I would love to see him on Raw. I think he's going to be the natural successor to Michael Cole when Michael Cole eventually hangs up his boots. I love Joe Tessitore.
It sounds like he's going to SmackDown because it said he's going to be with Wade Barrett and Corey Graves. Unless they're switching everything up again.
So last night on Collision, they stripped the Bullet Club Gold of the Trios title. And Showtime Shane's been bitching all week about this. So I wanted to give them a platform to just air.
You know why I find it stupid? If you're going to go on about how, we don't have substitutions then you should have stopped the match a few weeks ago when Juice Robinson tried to freaking get involved. And you should have stopped them at the tracks back when they announced Bullet Club Freebird rules. But now all of a sudden, they did do a match with Juice Robinson.
It wasn't a title match. It wasn't a title match.
Oh, I thought it was a title match.
It was just a trios match.
Yeah.
But still, you should stop them at the tracks then, because this is just stupid with you. You really ruined the whole freaking Bullet Club Freebird storyline now at this point.
Yep.
Now, I think this is simple. They're just doing this
to give it to the
clean up the mess of all these freaking belts.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, I think personally, there should be two things to come out of this. Like you said, new belts. And number two, to establish a new trios type group within Bullet Club Gold. So Jay White, when he comes back, can just do the singles thing, which is what it should have been all along. But Juice was injured.
Yeah, it won't, like, they haven't even been calling it the unified titles anymore. They've just been calling it after that the trios world title.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much deleting the ROH 6-man things out of this.
Way to go.
Which is fine. I mean, they're not needed. There's no legit trios in ROH at the moment anyway.
Well, that's true. No, but I mean, back in the day, their trios division, when they be pre-COVID sales, their trios division was hot. Including the Hung Bucks. The Hung Bucks was SDU. SDU was an awesome trios team, and they fit perfect as a trios. Not as a I mean, they're a good tag team, but as a trios team, the three of them were freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But let me say this quickly before we move on. The trios belts in wrestling have never been successful.
No.
Yes and no.
Like overall in the history of wrestling?
In America, no.
Yeah, not in America.
But Mexico is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Japan, they were huge. But like when ROH picked up their trios division, they had a stacked card where they were able to get away with having a bunch of trios.
It's
all right, guys.
It's never really translated well to national TV in America. Let's say that.
That's for sure. We just finished the news, which means it's time for our main event. Let's hit it.
Gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
So about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, the JFB and All F and Wrestling went on this website called Quora, Quora, where people can post questions.
I always thought it was called Quora.
Quora, whatever.
What is it? The official name of this? Is it Quora?
It's Quora. It's Quora.
Okay.
Just trying to zha it up.
Okay. I thought I was confused.
But so it's a website where you can post questions and people can answer them. And over the years, I've answered questions here and there. A lot of it is to drum up interest in our podcast and in our live video and stuff. And so I thought, you know what, it'd be a great idea. It'd be a great idea if I took some of these questions people ask and pose them to the group as what we like to call Q&A. You have questions, we have answers. My God.
I have a question. Are these questions wrestling related or is it a free for all?
No, it's wrestling related.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
Although to be honest with you, I waded through a buttload of questions. Some of them were just ridiculous, but these are the top of the top.
And like sometimes you need to answer those questions people have in life.
Yes.
Like I once was PM'd. I'm not gonna say who did. I was PM'd and I was asked, I can't stop pooping myself. Can you help me? And I'm like, I think this is above my pay grade.
It is.
Was it Tiffany?
No.
So I go to the first question that I posed to this group, and that is this. Who was more popular in professional wrestling? Who is more popular and more successful in professional wrestling? John Cena or Hulk Hogan? Canada Dry, you go first, my friend.
Oh, I think you got to go with Hulk Hogan because Hulk Hogan was the foundation, the guy that really sparked the golden era of professional wrestling. Without that guy, I don't think that it takes off quite like it did.
Yeah.
So,
okay,
definitely Hulk Hogan.
I mean, as much as Aaron's right, I'd have to go with Cena because overall, like for an overall spectrum, he probably has collected more money. But then again, I guess inflation over the years kind of changes that a little too. But same time, it seems like John Cena's been involved in more successful projects, though, outside of WWE. He's really marketed himself as a global icon. Besides knowing 7 different languages and stuff like that, so he really knows how to go to particular markets and work deals and business.
Showtime. Who's a more household name?
I would have to say Cena though, because well, then again, I guess different times, but I've seen more kids walking around with John Cena shirts than I've had Hulk Hogan shirts growing up. Mind you, yes, maybe they're more easily available these days compared to back
I don't
then.
think anyone knows who John Cena is.
Well, I know. I know nobody would know, but at the same time, I'd have to. If we're talking who's more popular, I have to say John Cena out of popularity, especially with the shows like Peacemaker. That he's got to probably be the more popular one globally.
You can't sleep on Tropic Thunder. That's all I'm saying. Can't sleep on Tropic Thunder. Greatest Hogan TV show ever.
Kelly DeVolk was in or no, that was the other Hulk Hogan movie she was in.
Yeah. Let's go to Joe.
It's close, but I think I'm gonna have to lean Cena just because of the day and time that we're in. Like his WWE career is far superior to Hogan's in time of length. Like Showtime Shane said, he's part of the DC universe, which is a completely different thing. And on top of that, he's the number 1 Make-A-Wish grantor in the history of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like that says something.
Everybody, not just wrestlers.
And it's not even close.
Yeah, but without Hogan, you have no Cena.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
No, it does. That doesn't. Because Hogan came first doesn't make Cena.
The question is who was more popular. The question was who was more popular.
Successful.
And successful.
I still think it's Cena.
Yeah.
I'm going to even this up.
Honestly, I think he's more popular and successful just because of the time of when his prime is. Honestly,
of the megastars that wrestling has produced, John Cena is the least.
Yeah.
In terms of wrestling, yes, but not in terms of global.
That's what I'm talking about. Of the megastars that come out of wrestling, he's the least.
No, he's not. He's not bigger than The Rock, but I think he's bigger than Hogan.
For me, it ultimately comes down to Vince McMahon specifically went out and took Hulk Hogan from AWA and put him in WWE to build his empire. The entire WWE success is built on the foundation of Hulk Hogan. As much as it sickens me, it makes my
sickens me too. Listen,
if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, I don't think Cena would have the popularity that he has right now. But nothing against Cena. I think Cena is an amazing wrestler.
I understand. We're not saying who's more integral to the success of wrestling. We're saying who's more successful and popular right now. Yeah. And Hogan.
Yeah, but your success is Hulk Hogan's success is pinnacle upon building the wrestling industry. That's success.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to agree to disagree on
that. That's okay. We don't always have to agree.
What I'm going is by the actual question itself. Yeah, if it wasn't for one, it wouldn't be the other. But I mean, you could keep saying that in generationals and every sport possible too. Well, if it wasn't for Mickey Mantle, then it wouldn't be Derek Jeter and whatever. Right?
If it wasn't for Vince McMahon Sr., there's no Vince McMahon Jr. and there's no Hulk Hogan. So I mean.
Yeah.
Well, Vince McMahon Sr. forgot to wear the condom that day, and by God, I'm here.
Let's go to our second question. Should John Cena win his 17th championship before retiring on his farewell tour? I'm going to go with Showtime.
Hold on, I just want to show this really quickly. Tornado Paris says, what Vince and Hogan did, that's a success. It breeded a fan base that is forever jaded and left the rest of the industry in the dark.
That's a take.
That's a great take. That's an absolute. No, I'm not Tornado Paris.
Oh my God! So,
Cena question now. I have that WWE is done worse in the most recent times, including taking a red hot Fiend and giving the belt to Goldberg, having Goldberg pretty much squash him too, when the Fiend was supposed to be this undeniable monster, and you let some weak old has-been beat him. So no, I think that Cena deserves to get the record breaker during that whole run, even if it's a short-term thing. I think he deserves it one time, especially more where it's acting these days, because it's getting worse again with more of his drunken rants. Then maybe, you know what? You can slide his name off the top of the list so you could have your number one guy for your company for the longest time. Some of the most merch sales ever to kids.
Yeah.
And he's never gonna disrespect WWE
Shane,
30 years down the road.
You know what?
Yeah.
You can't see me.
Let's go to Joe.
Oh, I absolutely think he should get the 17th title. Look, the WWE is a company that's all about moments.
Yeah.
Hogan slamming Andre, Rock Hogan at WrestleMania. Like, there's no bigger moment than, like Shane said, to have the biggest and most loyal company guy, the guy who literally gave up his own name to Vince McMahon, to let him get this 17th title. They would have so
5% of his earnings. 5% of his earnings to this day, it doesn't matter what project he does, still goes to the WWE.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, and like I said, like you need some good press, honestly, with everything that's been going on with Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Give it to him. Let him have it.
Okay.
And on top of that, Ric Flair isn't associated with AEW anymore.
True.
You can always bring him in to literally pass the torch.
Yeah.
So
I think Cena should win the 17th. I think it's a good way to establish one of the great modern day wrestlers and establish him as, hey, he is our past, our present, and our future title holder. I think it's brilliant. I think they should totally go for it. Canada Dry.
What a huge moment this would be on the grandest stage in the mall. His last match.
Yep.
He wins, especially since he never won shit. What, in 3 years?
Yeah.
Longer than that.
It's
It's been like
5 years.
Actually, he even said Mania won't be his last match. It'll be his last Mania. He's planning on doing almost a full year. So after Mania, he's planning on doing more matches too.
Yeah.
So it's the way he did this retirement speech was so vague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the press conference answered everything else.
It did. Yeah, it did.
My understanding was that WrestleMania was going to be his last match.
That's what he made it sound on the
Definitely how they
ring.
made it out, but
But the press conference that night, he did say, he goes, "No, I'm planning on doing the full years. It's just give me my last WrestleMania. Then I'll do." I think he even said up until December next year.
Yeah.
you know what? I just thought of a great storyline that would you should have Cena when he comes back, like Rumble, say, "Look, I want to win the world. If I win the world title, the moment I lose it, I'm retired for good."
Yeah.
He should win it after Money to the Bank, and as soon as he wins it, someone immediately cashes in on him and sends him going.
And the thing is, they got 2 world titles. It's not like they just have one world title anymore. They got 2 separate ones, so they could do this favor and not like be. They had it for on Damian Priest for a long time. For God, still do. Actually,
I hate that WrestleMania isn't going to be his last match.
Yeah.
No, that's the way I thought it would be. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that because you win the belt, you retire with the belt. It's this big grandiose moment. Ric Flair's there. It's just balloons falling.
Yeah, even have them win the Rumble this year. That would be cool. Either have them win the Rumble or Elimination Chamber entry match for a title shot.
You don't even have to have them. It doesn't even need to be the WWE title. Let it be the World Heavyweight title.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Let's go to our next question. Speaking of Vince McMahon, if and when Vince,
no,
if and when Vince McMahon actually does pass this mortal coil, would the WWE give him a 10-bell salute, or do you think they would just mention it in passing and then just keep moving on?
I thought you were going to ask this: does Vince McMahon go to heaven or hell?
We all know the answer to that. Pitchforks. Ah. Let's go with Joe.
I think they just mention it. I don't think they give him a 10 bell salute. I think with all of the negativity that is attached to his name and the fact that there's no McMahon in charge that owns the WWE anymore, that it's TKO, and I don't think it happens. I think they might just put up a graphic that says in memoriam. I don't think he gets a 10 bell salute.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go opposite. I think you have to give him a 10 bell salute. This is a man who made professional wrestling global. I think you don't make a big deal about it, but I think they do a nice video package after the 10 bell salute, and then they just move on. I don't think they make mention of it ever again. I think they just capture that moment and say, hey, this is the man responsible for what you're watching right now. Because in all reality, he's the one who made professional wrestling what it is today. As much as I hate saying it, you got to give him some credit. Canada Dry.
I think it depends when it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
If he died tomorrow, I think there would be they would have a little graphic and that's it. But if he dies in like 5 years, even 10 years, that'll be a more big of a deal.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
We will not be doing a 10 bell salute on this show.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Showtime.
Maybe a 10 toilet flush. Yeah, at the current moment, I agree. I don't see it. And even down the line, I think you'd have to be at least 10 years or something before they would actually give some kind of 10 bell salute or video package or something. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's all on could be on The Rock. Even if Triple H wanted to give the video package, something like that is going to have to be cleared by The Rock and the TKO board, probably.
Yeah.
So it all depends. It doesn't even matter on Triple H. It all depends on what TKO says for that, something like that.
Okay. Let's go to our next question. This is actually
in Denver. In Denver, I guess they're called now.
Yeah. Do you think that the new generation of wrestlers will be able to step up like the class of 2002 from OVW did? Now, if you're wondering, this is probably like the greatest minor league call-ups.
That's not fair for comparison.
Yeah. 2002 from OVW that got called up is John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, and Batista.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin.
Huh?
Yeah.
Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin. Yep. Canada Dry, your
brothers, Charlie and what you call it, Haas.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. They will not be able to step up. To me, the problem with World Wrestling Entertainment right now is they're not able to make new stars.
Yeah.
All these people are bland, boring. I don't care about any of them.
The word you're looking for is generic.
Generic, make a wrestler.
Okay. Yeah. It's a traditional video game creator. Let's go Showtime.
I have to agree. It's like the ones that they're grabbing are just generic Yeah, they're picking up people from college and universities that were in like big time athletes, Division I athletes. But they're not really picking like the all-stars of all-stars, the ones that were already charismatic and stuff like that as a young age and stuff like that. They're like you guys are saying, it's pretty much they're just grabbing run-of-the-mill generic people with no super unique look. So they're in trouble.
Yeah.
I think the only thing they could do is right now at this point is just nab indie superstars or ones that are coming up in Japan and Mexico and things along that nature.
Yeah. All right. EVP Joe.
Yeah, I hate to sound like a broken record, but there's no chance in hell.
Yeah.
You are literally talking about the greatest graduating class ever.
All Hall of Famers or future Hall of Famers, besides maybe a couple. Like Sheldon, I don't think is going to get in the Hall
Shelton,
of Fame.
No, I wholly believe Shelton is a Hall of Famer.
I hope he is, but I just don't like. Is it maybe? That's kind of.
Can we talk about Max Caster and Shelton Benjamin really quickly?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't
So
even wanna
Max
talk about that.
Caster goes on the what's the guy's name?
Sean Ross Sapp.
No,
Or is it Chris Vallette show?
Chris
yeah,
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
yeah. He goes on that show and says, "I don't want no Shelton Benjamin coming in taking my spot." And
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin's like, "I don't know who this guy is."
First
said-
off,
And he's
Shelton
saying,
Benjamin
I
is a
don't want
superstar.
I don't want to take anyone's spot. At this time in my career, I'm here to elevate people. And if I take your spot, it's because it was never your spot to begin with.
Facts. Like, look,
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin is a single star. Max Caster is tag team probably at best. I don't think he'll ever be a single star. I hate the guy. He could go away, and I wouldn't miss him one
Yeah.
day.
He's going out every single promo saying he's the best wrestler in the world.
He
Are you
trademarked.
kidding me?
He trademarked it.
Those
he
Sheldon
owns that trademark.
Benjamin is probably one of the best tag team wrestlers too, because you put him with a lot of guys like him and Charlie Haas were a great like the world's greatest tag team was almost not a gimmick. They were a pretty solid tag team, and they even carried it over. And they even carried it over to ROH. Him and Sheldon Alexander, Cedric Alexander are a pretty decent team too. Plus, Sheldon's had a few other tag partners that like he's made look good.
Shelton was just good in New Japan as well.
Well, he's honestly like if you want an all round superstar, Sheldon Benjamin is like one.
Yeah.
Jippy, what are your thoughts on Max Caster?
I don't like him. I think very generic and very boring. And to be honest with you, like he's not any different than any other wrestler that has ever come out and rapped and this and that. I mean, if I'm with Joe. If he was to give up wrestling, I wouldn't miss him.
You know what's crazy is everyone and their mother got on Hangman Page for saying he doesn't want to hear anything from like CM Punk, but and he's never said that out loud, mind you. That's all third party. This like guy literally comes out and says, "Oh, I don't want a Shelton Benjamin taking my spot." When that man he's probably forgotten more than you'll ever know about this business.
Yeah. And you know what? That's literally him saying a stupid comment like that has been some of the knocks with AEW, how they're saying like some of these young stars should be listening to veterans. That right there is a sign of a young insecure star that should be listening to the veterans and shutting in his mouth.
And someone who never paid their dues completely.
Yeah. You talk about a creative pro wrestler. He looks like a creative pro wrestler from the AEW video.
Let's go to our next question. That is this. What is some notable matches in the history of WCW? Which matches stand out as the best? And which ones stand out as the worst?
Oh,
Showtime Shane first.
And obviously, the worst has to be the Jeff Jarrett Hulk Hogan debacle. Bash the Beach. Because just that ended up with a whole bunch of unprofessionalism and it looked bad and it exposed the business pretty bad too.
Yeah.
And pretty much that was, well, I mean, WCW was all on this way out the door, but that was pretty much one of the nail in the coffins right there. Besides the Judy Bagwell and the forklift match, which I happened to see live in Vancouver at New Blood Rising pay-per-view. That match, man, it's hard to say. Because you know what? It's been so long ago for WCW too that it's had like it's been, and I'd have to say, even though it was kind of a botched ending, the Starrcade match with Hogan and Sting, because it kind of changed the business at that time, having Sting go over and stuff like that. Like it was like it made a major impact with Hogan pretty much rolling WCW for so long to have that fresh face all over again.
Yeah. Let's go to Joe.
All right. So, worst match. I don't know the name of it, But the Halloween Havoc like multi-man tag in the cage where they like had to electrocute the guy and it was just
with a
god
dual
awful.
butcher.
Like talk about something that's so bad it's good. That could have been on that post in our community.
Dude, the fact that the electrical box came off and stuff like that.
Well, like the thing would fall down, they had to put it back up to slam it back down. But good matches, I'm going to give 2. One for historical importance, which is Ron Simmons winning the WCW World Title. It's a very, very big moment in WCW and wrestling history in general. But then the other one that I love is Sting Squadron versus, I think it was the Dangerous Alliance in War Games.
Yep.
Great. All the old school WCW NWA War Games matches are so good, but that one sticks out in my mind because you all know I'm a massive Sting mark. So I'm going to pick that.
I'm going to go with this. Finger Poke of Doom, worst match ever.
I was thinking that one too.
Look, I'm avoiding that because we have beaten that to death over the last month and a half on this channel.
There's 2 of them.
My favorite match, I think the best match ever, was Guerrero, Mysterio, Halloween
That
Havoc.
was a good one.
Yeah.
Now I have to change my thanks.
Canada Dry, you go next.
All right. For the worst, I'm going with the Viagra on a pole match.
Oh, God.
You could just
Everything
take,
was on a pole match.
you
Everything
could just
was.
take the whole on a pole match category,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
Like
includes
I
Judy
mentioned
Bagwell on a forklift.
I can't believe I witnessed that live. I was like, what the hell is going on to begin? Like, I couldn't, even at 16 years old, I couldn't fathom what I was seeing in front of my eyes right there and then.
They had a lot of goofy shit going on in WCW weekly, all these gimmick matches and stuff.
Yeah.
But since you stole mine, I'm going to go with the Owen Hart tribute match with Bret Hart and Chris Benoit.
That was a great match.
That was a great fucking match.
That was.
My God.
Oh, Mr. Isaacs. Horrible
We
match.
got Mr. Isaacs, who has a good one.
Mean
Gene
Gene versus
versus
Martin
Martin
Madden was the worst.
Yeah, what'd you pick for the worst? Oh, yeah, Viagra the pole.
Oh, God. Damn, that was good. All right, let's go to our next question.
You know, JFB,
Yeah.
I'm liking this thing. We got to bring this question and
Oh, yeah.
answer thing back.
Yeah, we
It's
got
going to be a regular thing. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
Get them out of the community, too.
Let's go to this. What are some of the storylines that seemed unimportant but had a major payoff? I'm going to go Canada Dry first.
Can you say that again?
What are some of the storylines that seemed very unimportant but had a major payoff?
Oh, damn, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
I think Mariah May and Tony Storm.
Yeah.
Like, that seemed relatively unimportant. It seemed like it was kind of a side thing. Okay, she'll get her match and they'll have this little feud. But the way they built that to a slow explosion was priceless.
Yeah.
Like, it was amazing.
Okay. Showtime Shane.
I'm going to have to see, like, originally, and then the final match was a killer, and then now it's still actually being told it's Adam Page versus Swerve. Because the first couple matches, and the feud itself was really dry, didn't really feel that explosive. Wasn't until the final match, your meetup between them, when Swerve would break into his home and stuff like that. And then Page is drinking his blood during that match, where that then just turned into a cold, chilling, like, revenge feud or ending to it all. So I'm gonna, and now it's being retold again in Blood and Guts.
Yep. Absolutely. Joe.
I can't think of any.
I know I had a hard time at first.
So
and
the
then that just
question,
popped in my
can you
head.
please repeat the question one more time just so I make sure I'm thinking of it right?
You're just buying time.
What are some storylines that seemed unimportant but had a major payoff?
I don't know. I can't think of any. I really don't know. I don't know. I can't think of any at the moment. Like,
Okay. We'll go back to you because I got one. So Apollo 55 in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Taguchi and Finn Balor, tag champs. There's an animosity between them. And Finn Balor turns on Taguchi and creates Bullet Club. That was a huge, huge storyline. Did not expect it. I just thought, they're going to have a couple matches, but who knew that this was going to create one of the greatest factions of all time? So that's what I'm going with. That is mine. Can't beat that.
oh,
It's made it harder for him.
yeah. I really can't think of it. I don't.
Some Jeopardy music.
I mean, we do have accompanying music. I mean, we
Oh,
do.
God.
It's such a wild question. Like, it really is. Well, I can tell you one that's a complete opposite. Adam Cole versus MJF. That had the biggest.
Yes. It had potential to be, but it just didn't.
Yeah.
Horrible. I don't know. I can't think of any.
Yeah, that's an okay answer. You don't know, you don't know.
All right, let's go to one more. Who should Cody and Damian Priest drop their championships to? Not when or at what pay-per-view or whatever. Who should they drop it to? Let's go with Showtime Shane first.
Well, obvious one for Damian Priest, Gunther SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Everybody's been bitching out Gunther's been off TV. No, it's been perfect. Just because the fact is why put him in a meaningless feud right now and then just have him squash guys? Why waste his time right now with all the other top guys taking up time? You're just taking camera time from other people.
Yeah.
Now put him in where it matters. As far as Cody goes, that's going to be a tough one because it's got to be somebody good.
Yeah.
Like John Cena? No. Maybe Roman Reigns when he's good and ready.
Yeah. Okay. JoJo.
Okay. So for Damian, I'm going to say give it to Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
And then for Cody, I think for me, like there's really only one logical answer for me. It's The Rock.
Yeah.
Because of the whole bloodline story. I think that's one of like maybe two good options at the moment.
Okay. I'm going to go with, for Cody, I'm going to go with Solo Sikoa.
That's an unpopular
I
pick.
just buy him as a main event guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you
main
there.
event guy by then.
I think it builds for the
In a
storyline.
month? No.
Yeah.
Like whoever said the other day,
You don't see it losing in a month, do you?
Isaac said on his show yesterday with Liam, and I agree. Like, no, like Tama Tonga, I agree, more believable than Solo. But then again, because he's had a lot more time to show his side or whatever. But no, I think Solo's better. Or not? I'm sorry, Tama Tonga is better than Solo.
Anybody's better than Solo, but I feel
Who do you
that's
who do you
what
see winning the other title?
Damian Priest, I'm going CM Punk. Nothing would build on that Drew McIntyre storyline than CM Punk coming in, sneaking in, and winning the championship. Canada Dry,
Like, that's what I was thinking. You have Drew, and then you go to Punk.
Yeah.
JP, you know, you've been Bob Barkering me on the Dark the last little bit. So I'm going to Bob Barker you.
How dare you?
So for Cody Rhodes, I'm going to have a toxic CM Punk defeat Cody Rhodes for the title.
Ooh.
You're saying screw the bloodline story, huh?
Yeah.
So Punk goes to SmackDown then?
Yeah.
I mean, I
And
like
then the other one is Gunther.
Okay.
You know what? That would be interesting. You give Punk the title, then
Yeah.
have Cena chase Punk for his 17th world title reign.
Yeah.
'Cause,
That would make
great
sense.
storyline when Punk and Cena were at it, back in the day. So
Hey,
God,
But a
you know what?
toxic Punk. Like,
Yeah.
no pretending he's a good guy.
that's the end of our show, guys. This was
Damn.
fun. I like this. This was a really good episode. Now, there's multiple ways to help us out, but there's one way that you can show the entire world how much you love AFW, how much you love all effing wrestling, and that's getting a shirt. And it could be any number of shirts because we have the Shades of Excellence. We have Showtime Shane shirt.
I'm
We
not
have
wearing a shirt at the moment.
AFW Save Pro Wrestling.
We did say pro wrestling.
Just keep
Let's keep
fighting.
fighting.
I got that shirt coming in the. It's
I got that shirt. I got the both coming. I'm excited.
If you want to connect with us, just go to the links down below. Boop, 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 like that cat that plays on the keyboard. Doo, 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 doo. Go to our links. Type in, visit our website, click on a couple ads while you're at it. Hell, I don't, just do whatever you need to do, my friend, to get in touch with us. So, on behalf of Canada Dry, on Showtime Shane, EVP Joe, I am the JFB.
And remember that sometimes in life, life just beats you down. It takes its toll on you. But it's important to know that it's okay to be down. It's not okay to stay down. Reach out to your friends, reach out to your family, reach out to your church, and just let them help you get back up.
Yeah.
And they'll dust you off. You'll be able to put one foot in front of the other. You'll raise your fist in the air and you'll put the devil in a sharpshooter and say it with me. Just keep fighting.
Woo!
This has been an effing worldwide media production.
We're still on.
You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.
Book it.
How about you?
There we go.
You guys see me.
At some point, this will end.